Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Cat's Book Nook. Today is my AuthorTube Newbie Tag. If my screen moves, it's because my cat's on the table. I borrowed the AuthorTube questions that I'm going to go over today from Jenna the Dark One and Lily Mead. Although, if you YouTube search AuthorTube Newbie Tag, just about everybody within the AuthorTube community has a video answering these 13 questions. The link to Jenna the Dark One's NewbieTube video is in the description box below. I couldn't find Lily's when I was looking through YouTube to find it. So here we go with the answers to the questions. Question number 1. How did you find out about AuthorTube? It's kind of a funny story. I actually found AuthorTube while watching Alex Tembuza's video on BookTube Newbie Tags. Question number 2. What genres do I write in? I write fantasy, contemporary adult, and LGBTQIA, with a strong emphasis on the L. Most of the writings that I have are planned novels. There are a few novellas and maybe a few short stories in there somewhere. If you go over to my blog page, I actually talk about what I'm working on currently. Question number 3. What is your preferred writing tense, point of view, and category of story? Right now, I'm writing past tense, mostly because present tense was not a strong suit in my writing styles when I started writing, so I've just gotten used to writing in the past. Point of view is normally first person. I do have a few stories that are going to be third person, just because doing third person helps the story flow more so than doing first person with a lot of the background information that the readers need for the plot points and things like that. And I definitely write adult. I read some young adult novels. I'm definitely a Harry Potter person, but writing young adult has never been a strong suit of mine. So question number 4. Am I a plotter, a pantser, or a planter? I am a pantser to a point. I definitely write by the seat of my pants and whenever the mood strikes. But there are times I have to be a planter because I can write a really good beginning, very strong end, but I have to plan the middle out. So that's why I'm both. Question number 5. Are you self-published, published, or yet to be published? I am self-published through Amazon and Drafted Digital. Links to where you can find my book are in the description box below. I found Drafted Digital watching Derek Murphy's video on ways to get published, and Drafted Digital made publishing super simple, and my book got out to so many different platforms. They do Apple Books, Barnes & Noble, Kobo, Scribd, and there is a Play Store app out there that my book is on, although in the link in the description box below, it's not there. It's only on Apple, Barnes & Noble, Kobo, and Scribd. So far since March, I've sold 4 books, although I'm not sure if that means I'm a success or not, but to me, 4 books of a brand new author is pretty awesome. So, also, if you happen to pick up a copy of my book, please, feedback is greatly appreciated because I don't have any reviews on my book right now, and I am still new to this, although I'm not new to writing, I am new to being an author. So constructive criticism is always great because I'm always trying to figure out where I can be stronger, what worked, what didn't, what I can pull into other stories, things like that. So always up for feedback. Question number 6. What publishing company, literary agent, and or printing company are you represented by or use? If you are not yet published, what is your dream publishing house and or literary agent? So I don't know any literary agents that I would work with right now, although I have seen a few people's video on the literary agents they have, and so far it seems like everybody's pretty happy with who they're working with, so I might go check them out. As far as publishing companies go, even though I'm self-published, I would love to get picked up by Rock Publishing for Shadows, my fantasy novel, and then a possible LGBTQIA publisher in-house, just to kind of see what the difference is between mainstream and LGBTQIA publishing houses. Question number 7. What AuthorTube related videos can we expect to find on your channel? I apologize for saying that this is still new and that I'm still new to all this. Eventually I won't say that, but since this is only video number 2, I kind of feel like I can still get away with that on some level. So since I am still new, I'd like to talk about what I'm writing, what roadblocks I'm throwing up for myself, and how I'm getting past those roadblocks. Roadblocks for me are things that are finding the time to actually write, and things that I'm throwing up with procrastination. I'm a big procrastinator, so that is something that I'm definitely going to try to work on with doing this channel, and with getting my writing in sort of a more consistent basis. But those are some of the roadblocks that I'm going to be working with. Beyond talking about the roadblocks and my writings, I am totally open to suggestions, so please, in the comments, give me what you guys want to talk about, and I will be happy to try and accommodate those. Question number 8. When did you start writing? So I started writing poetry and weird short stories as a way to escape when I was in 7th grade. Childhood was not that bad, but it did give me an outlet of emotions and feelings and thoughts that I was having that I couldn't really talk about at home or at school. And from that, I still write when I'm feeling really strong emotions like anger, hatred, love, nostalgia, any type of strong emotional responses put me into that mood where I have to get words on paper. It's learned behavior at this point. Question number 9. What was the first story you ever wrote? First story I ever wrote was Shadows. It is the fantasy novel that I'm going to be working on throughout the duration of this channel. Hopefully I get it published before I end, within the next couple years, because it is actually almost done. I just need to put middle pieces in, which again, like I mentioned earlier, I am not very good at. So, Shadows is a story about Shadow and Elizabeth. They meet. Shadow is a death demon who is 22, just came to the surface, just trying to figure out where his death niche is, because in their world, each death demon has a niche that they go into. And Elizabeth is a tarot card reader sorceress, but she doesn't know she's a sorceress person. And the story follows them for about 9 years. So around Elizabeth's 30th birthday, and 6 months before that, something major happens. And I'm not trying to give too much of the story away, because I would like you guys to kind of listen to me talk about it for a while. But something major happens and it destroys everybody's world, and I've got the really strong beginning and a few middle pieces, a really strong end that I think I like, at least. I'm hoping you guys like too. But it's merging the beginning and the end to come to a cohesive understanding of where everybody is going. And that's kind of where I'm at with that right now. I started that when I was in 10th grade, and I still haven't finished it. So that's where my procrastination comes in, and that's what we're going to work on. A lot of stuff to work on at this point. Question 10. What authors inspired you to write? What authors have inspired your writing the most? So Amelia Atwater Rhodes wrote a series of, it's called Den of Shadows. And her first book, In the Forest of the Night, came out when I was in 7th grade. And I read that book cover to cover, I don't know how many times. I would be reading it on my lunch break, reading it on the way home, reading it at home. I really love that book. So Amelia is the reason that I started writing in the first place, just because I liked her style and the way the story flowed. And I wanted to be like that. So she was also 14. I think she was 14 when she published In the Forest of the Night. So that's the author that got me writing. There's several that keep me wanting to write just because there's so many stories to tell. Question 11. Do you schedule your writing sessions or simply get to writing whenever you can find the time? I really need to start scheduling writing sessions just to get past the procrastination. There always seems to be something that's a little bit more important than writing, but like with everything else, if it's something you want to do, you make it a priority, and writing sessions kind of need to be a priority because I've got too many stories out there that need to get done. So question 12. Do you type on a computer, typewriter, write everything out by hand, or use a blend of all of these? I am a blender. So when I'm on the train and I don't have a computer with me, I'll pull out my notebook and write everything down by hand, especially if it's notes and it's a scene that I really, really want to get out before I get to work and I'm able to type it out, or before I have the chance to get home and type it out on my home computer. So, blender. Question 13, last question. What are you most looking forward to now that you are part of AuthorTube? I've really gotten some great advice and information from Megan Tennett's channel. She had a video on how to become a Goodreads author and get your author badge. And I've been trying to do that since March. I couldn't find any information on how to do that. So I found Megan's video within 24 hours, had my author badge, and was good to go. So I'm looking forward to seeing more informational videos, motivation videos, what people are working on. So because we are a community and we should be supporting each other, kind of doing exactly that. And I'm hoping you guys are willing to do the same thing for me. So with that, that's all the questions, and I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you guys Sunday.